This is a video on, is part 2 of how to change one of these really common lawnmower blades. They come in 20-inch and 21-inch, 22-inch. They're just about the most common out there. They fit MTDs, yard machines, some Craftsman, Murray's, all kinds. They're the most common out there. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you'll probably run into mowers that use these kind of blades. I've changed hundreds of these, and you'll see what I have here is a setup to tilt this mower to the back. That's so that all the oil and fuel stays out of the way. It goes to the back. Some people say turn your mower on the side. As long as the carburetor's up, you're okay. That's true to an extent, but if you ever start moving that blade around, the oil and the gas is going to move too, and then you end up with a mess. So this is the best way to do it. Tilted back, so all the fluids are to the back. I've got another video on YouTube that shows you how to do this setup. It's how to make a lawnmower lift inexpensively. That's a card table, and this is just a common table you get at Office Depot. You can even buy the plastic ones. But you use a stair-step method to get the mower up here, and then you put a heavy toolbox on the handle to prop this thing up so you can work without it coming down and hitting you. The other thing we're going to do, of course, is disconnect this spark plug. So that's done for safety. And okay, now let's get down to the nitty gritty here of what to do. I'm going to hand the camera to my wife here, and she'll be filming that. So what we're going to do here, this blade is going to turn this way to cut grass. That's very important. That's the cutting edge. There's not much left on this one. The lift is pretty much worn off, but that's the lift in the back. That's what pulls the grass up and helps it come up to be cut. And then it tosses it around up in here and gets mulched. So you would be amazed at how many I see of these blades that are on upside down. So if you're looking at it this way, this blade is turning counterclockwise. It's throwing, the cut is throwing to that ejection port. If you're standing up at the handle, you'd say, well, which way is it turning? Then it's clockwise. This all depends on where you're standing. We're looking underneath. So this is turning counterclockwise. And you can see it's got compression. You can actually hear that. So that's a good mower. And now we got to figure out how to block this so you can safely get to this nut, not have this come flying around and cut you or cut a finger or something like that. What I use is a homemade device I have, which is a small C-clamp and then a 2x4 and chunk and a 1-inch on a long, well, that came apart, spring-loaded little gizmo that I use. Since it fell apart, I may not be able to use it for this one, but now my nut's going away. So I'll use the other one. That is, you can find these at Lowe's or Home Depot. It works the same way. You just put it on the side of your engine and twist this down. And notice where I've got this. I have the blade below this removal tool. And that's because the blade, to come off, this nut is going to turn this way, so the blades want to come this way. If I had it below it, then that would be in the wrong position. Okay, so I've got that snug down, it hits there. Okay, that's stable. So this is really employing a lot of leverage on this. So this isn't going to move because you've got a lot of leverage. When you turn this is going to be stable. The best thing to use on this is a what's called a breaker bar. These are available at Harbor Freight. They give you tremendous leverage, and most of these use a 5/8 nut or 5/8 socket. So I'm going to put that on there, and this leverage is going to get this off. This one's, I've never taken this one off, so it's on there good. But the leverage of this thing really gets it going. Okay, so now it's moving, and let me put a couple of twists on here, and then I'll use my cordless drill to take it out the rest of the way. I'm going to hold the blade because I don't want it to just fall. And save that washer. That's what holds everything in place. And this is called the bow tie blade. Really common, but notice this blade, a lot of people look at this and they think, oh, well, this must go on here this way because these edges are going to help keep that stable. That is wrong. It goes this way so that the cutting edges are flying towards the open chute. If you did it this way, you'd be cutting with the back of the blade with the dull side. So remember that. You want the cutting edge going towards that hole. So that is how you remove the blade, and you saw how I installed one the last time on how to put one on, so we won't do that in this one, but I did want you to see how to remove it. Thanks, and subscribe and give me a like.